how are you?
Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing well.
I'm
Of
good. Thanks for coming on. I'm excited.
course, I'm excited.
Yes. So, hello everybody joining. We can just get right into it. I am super interested to know, like, how did you really get involved in like the NFT Web3 space? Like, what was that story for you?
Totally, totally. So I'm actually a college student here at the University of Michigan. It started really out of the dorm room. I've been surrounded by, I think, the industry is that it's such a young industry. So there's so many people, so many different age groups that all kind of participate. And so Web3 is booming in this realm that I'm in. So, I've just been learning and learning and learning the last couple of years. And as I kind of got here and have been absorbing this realm, there's projects just coming out everywhere, and this amazing thing to see, or people are just putting everything into it. So it's been insane how much excitement is coming in the industry, and so I'd say that the realm and the people around, not to mention social media and really just seeing like how people have just taken off. It's got to be a part of it.
Yeah,
How about you? Where did you get your start?
for sure. Yeah, I got started. I mean, I was kind of into crypto in like 2019. I started investing just like Bitcoin, Ethereum, the big ones. I didn't know that much about it. I was just like, this seems cool. I'm into it. Let's see what happens. So I was kind of in it. And then 2021, I got reached out to by Web3M, who I'm on this account right now, because they're creating this NFT project. And they were like, because I'm a content creator and a marketer is like my other thing. And they're like, we want you to be a part of this. And I was like, honestly, like, I'm super interested in this. Don't know that much about it. So now for the last year, I've just been diving so much deeper into it. And then just like you said, like social media and things like that, getting into this community, all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much going on. There's so much to learn.
Totally.
So many cool projects, like cool people. Everyone's just really willing to like share ideas and educate each other. So for the last year, I've been like really diving deep into it with Web3M and then just on my own too. Yeah, it's a really cool space.
Endless things to learn. Keeps going, keeps going. Beautiful thing.
Yeah, I know. I think a lot of people can be overwhelmed. Like a lot of people are like, oh, Web3, like I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do. It's like just little bits at a time. Nobody knows everything, right? Like,
And that's kind of what we kind of have definitely assessed that as a real problem. Is it's really hard to figure out even the most basic information. It's so hard to, rather than try to promote the company on our TikTok, try to educate a little more and try to give some of those videos, teach a little bit about where to find sources and where to find things about code, things about NFTs. So yeah, I
yeah.
think that's something that we can agree on.
Yeah, I think that's what most of the projects that are winning do have that approach to it, where they're also educating people about it, because then you're becoming more accessible to the masses or people that want to be in this space but don't really know how to get there yet. So, yeah, there's like a huge amount of people, I think, like even over the last 2 years, obviously there's like so many people coming over and starting to learn. So, yeah, anytime I see people like educating and doing that kind of thing, I think it's really, really cool.
Absolutely, it's the best to see. Share the wealth, right? Share the knowledge.
Exactly. That's what I really like about this space too, just compared to maybe like other industries where like even like stock trading, things like that. I feel like it's a little more maybe people gatekeep a little bit or make it seem more confusing than it is. But the Web3 space is very like, it's okay, we're welcoming you. We're like gonna teach each other.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. So when you're looking at, say, like an NFT project, what are some things that make you really excited about a project? Is there like certain things that you look for?
Yeah, I think of course. I think that overall, the thing that you want to see is you don't just want to see projects that are looking for money. You don't want to see projects that are just trying to get you to click the buy button and care about you. I think one of the coolest things that happens is that projects creating community of sticking together. I think those are the projects that really try to create a small, like a not small, but a tight knit community that has a common goal or a common passion. It really shows. Those are the projects that you want to see. Projects that care about the community, projects that provide value to the community, utility to the community, things of that realm. The outlook of a product goes beyond that first mint, first that first sale. So yeah, I'd say that's kind of look for. And then of course you want to look at safe code and some of those things on the back end, but overall it's the community that's what you're looking for.
I totally agree. That's always my number one thing too is, yeah, the community. And for me, I guess everyone's investing in NFTs for different reasons. Some people are trying to get in and out. Personally, I'm like, and same with crypto, I'm like, I'm there for the long term. So I'm looking for something that's not gonna, hype up and then just like, okay, see you later. It's like you want that long term utility, and you want to be a part of a community that you actually want to be a part of too, right? Like you want to be involved there and talking with people. So yeah, 100% agree.
Totally. A long time ago, I tweeted something about projects that someone bought NFTs that they wanted rather than NFTs that other people wanted. Very different community realm.
Very different.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I think we're maybe seeing a bit of a switch. I think we're in a period, maybe getting out of the period of like insane amount of volume of projects and people just like throwing things out like crazy. I think maybe we're seeing like it switch a little bit into people being a little more intentional, but it's hard to say.
I think so too. I think this current market state taught people that if you're going to do it right, and I think that's kind of where we are as a company too, is just we want to help people do it the right safely and do it. It aligns well with our values where things are hopeful.
I love that. I love that. So on the flip side, I guess, is there anything, or maybe even people watching that you want to give advice to, like, what are some red flags of like, okay, that's probably not a good project that you want to get involved in?
Totally. For me, especially the side of things, because we're a software development company and we do full stack. For me, it's you try to look at those type of things and just say, work well. This isn't working. This isn't doing well, and just kind of the tech easy tip really hard because it's not easy to get these things. I'd say outside of that, you want to look for kind of more simplistic fake accounts. Those type of things are really easy. But really also the roadmap, the team, you want to see a docs team a lot of the time. We're definitely moving. Time of non-docs teams is kind of moving past us a little bit. Good thing. So yeah, you want to know who you're working with. Essentially, if you're buying an NFT, you're looking to work with those founders, with those companies. You're investing most in that community. I think the more that you treat it as an investment in that community, the better investments that you'll make. So
I so agree. I say that all the time too, that you're really investing in the founders of a project, essentially, like at the core of it. So I think that's super important. When I see that like founders are like really involved in the Discord and like actually talking to the community, actually asking what they want, like that's huge for me. If they're kind of like, behind the curtain hiding, you're like, well, why are they doing that? So that's a big one for me.
Community and say, hey, like, how can we make this better? Like, what do you guys want to see next? But so yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just a for fun question I've been asking everyone. But if you could have any NFT just like airdrop to you right now, any single one, what would it be?
Oh, what would it be? What would it be? I don't want to say some of our own projects do that. I'd like an NFT. Like I'm not gonna go with like buy me utility. I want something that'll be long term. I want something that I'll know and that'll sit in my wallet for 10 years, and I want it to stay there. And when it comes, I'll be very excited.
I like that answer. I always get a very variety of answers when I ask people this. Some people are like, I want the most expensive NFT that exists. Like, I want like a CryptoPunker or whatever. And then other people are like, oh, I want to really be a part of this community that has like a really cool utility or a really cool thing. So it's cool hearing everyone's answers.
Great question.
Yeah, just for fun. We got this news really fast, but I just have one last question, and that is if you have any predictions of like what you think Web3 is going to look like to the mainstream world in like say like 20 years, like down the road.
20 years.
Yeah.
Um, so first of all, I think SEC regulation, and everyone's scared of that, and everyone thinks it's the worst ever. But I actually think I think it's going to be very good for the industry. As soon as those regulations do kick in, a lot of institutions flow into the Web3, which I think will be really. And so, in that long of time, blockchain technology becomes the core, rather fad become investments. And I hope that the technology at the core is what really drives the industry forward. I think that blockchain technology truly is revolutionary and can revolutionize business models in so many different industries across the world. And so you're, in healthcare, you're seeing it in supply chain, you're seeing all kinds of different things. So I'd say we'll see more and more blockchain use cases across different industries, and we'll move away from this buy Bitcoin and dollars type styles. Yeah, that's my prediction.
I 100% agree. I always tell people that people who like don't really understand Web3, they're like, well, how are these, NFT things, like, what does that even mean for the world? But it's really like you just said, like the blockchain technology behind it makes so much sense to integrate with so many things. Like you said, like medical records, like
Exactly.
real estate, like a lot of things. It just makes more sense. It's more secure. It's simpler. It just, yeah, I feel like it's a no brainer for sure. I agree with you that, especially in the next few years, that will be really integrated into our society. At least I hope, because it makes sense.
I hope so too. I think that's where it's going. So
Mm-hmm.
that's who we are as a company as well. Those projects that are using blockchain technology and using blockchain right the right way, help them build and help them write that code and help them do those things. Trying to stay projects that aren't doing as much and just trying to grab. So yeah, I think that's where we are and where.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, just before we go, last thing, like, tell me a little bit about the company and everything. Like, how did this whole thing, like, how did you come up with this or start this or get involved, and kind of where is it going? What's the mission?
Yeah, so we are a full stack blockchain development. We write the full stack of code. It started in my dorm room at Michigan. I had all developers, and you don't find developers, and you don't really know if you're safe if you them, and so built an American-based blockchain development company that is trusted, and we're now looking to become more of a boot operation and really select our. So we're looking for projects that are really gonna revolutionize, like I said, and use blockchain technology the right way. We actually have in our 2022 slew right now coming out soon, so we're excited about that.
Nice.
We're excited to build. It's going, and
Yeah.
to see these projects that they're gonna be big. So yeah,
Awesome. That's super cool. Yeah, it's been cool just even like watching your content and everything, kind of following along. So I'm excited to see more from you guys.
and Leanne does absolutely amazing the TikTok. So
Yeah.
it's all doing well. So we're very grateful for her, and it's really really great. So yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, well, I'm glad that you were able to come on and we got to chat a little bit and I got to
of
hear. Thanks
course.
for coming on. I'm
Glad
excited to see some more from you guys. Bye.